Welcome, guys, to season 2 of the Unveiling Jess podcast. Um, Today I'm kind of monotone. Not even that I'm feeling as low energy as I'm probably coming or sounding at this moment, but when God just gives you a new revelation, and it doesn't even have to be a new one, just a revelation that finally hits home, it just changes the whole direction of your day. So, like, I knew this morning I would be recording. I have my recording schedule, so of course I know. And I typically, pray, try to start my mind off with my sermons, which I do every morning. That's not even something that I do before recording. This is just my natural behaviors. And I've been listening to Pastor Darius Daniels, some may say, for some years now. He was actually the first pastor that kind of gave me a real understanding of what I was reading within the Bible as he would teach. And so from there, I just fell in love with the way that he breaks down his messages, the way he's able to convey them in layman's terms, the practicality and the resources he gives you to take onto the week so you can body your week, like all these things that were necessary for my growth embedded in this man, right? So I'm listening to him like I always do. I'm praying, normal things. And I'm on my way to work, and God always does something to me on my way to work. Like, that's when the tears become uncontrollable. Like, I'm finna get out. I'm like, oh my God, my eyes is red. I'm glad I got my my eye drops. And I'm listening to the word Exit Strategies Part 2. Y'all should definitely go and listen to that if y'all haven't already. And God is answering every question from every prayer that I had this past season. And like I said earlier, he wasn't necessarily saying totally new things, but for some reason, when he says it, when Dr. D says it, it hits as though like it just hits differently. And I don't know if that's the timing. I don't know if in this season I'm more palatable to the things he's saying. I don't know. But these are some direct things that God had answered for me. And so if these are some things that are in alignment with the prayers that you have been praying, maybe, just maybe, he's answering you too. But these are in no type of order. Like I said, y'all, I don't have no script. This is literally what the Lord put on my heart to write down for myself because Jessica was needing something, And so I'm just sharing it now with you. He said, don't change your life by changing your life. You change your life by changing your mind. Okay. That's a pretty clear-cut concept, one of which I thought I understood. But, okay, let's keep going. He said, this is your time to bust a move. In those exact words. You must be willing. No, he said, but you must be willing to walk out of where I've told you to leave. Okay. It's another common concept. Like, I understand that. Then he sent me to Romans 12:2. He said, do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And that's just the first half of that. That's the half that everyone knows. Don't be conformed, or do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. We all know that one. But he said, keep going. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is. So the transformation will be a result of the renovation, and then you will become a demonstration. And I was not trying to rhyme. So I'm like, okay, he's talking a lot. He's telling me a lot about my mind. So that's letting me know that wherever my mental is right now is not where it's supposed to be. And irregardless of what I may know, which goes a lot back to what I was just saying in the last episode, irregardless of what Jessica knows naturally, the things that I've been able to learn just because of, you know, my capacity to pick up things that I hear, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's telling me, like, Jessica, your actions is a direct depiction of your mentality, where your mind is. So irregardless on if you know how to answer a question and dress it up in a moment, your actions is a true testament to where your mind is as of right now, today. So you may be able to think higher than you're actually living. Okay. So I actually have to renew my mind to transform my behaviors. So if my behaviors aren't in alignment to God's will, then neither is my mind. Okay. Yeah, he told me so much this morning. I literally, like, I might have to clip the video that I made, because sometimes, like, in the midst of a moment or a revelation, like, you may just have to record it, because people may not even, like, believe what you're saying to be true, because it sounds so, like, or whatever the case may be. But at the time that it's supposed to land, it's going to hit you differently than the words have ever hit you before. And in that moment, it's going to literally be up to you to start making that actual change within your walk. Because now you know that you're not living how you say you say you've been living. You might know how to preach the word, but do you know how to live it? And I think because a lot of people come to me, and a lot of people look to me, and a lot of people judge my life based on where they are mentally, I become satisfied and I become okay with where I am, because in comparison to them, I'm here. In comparison to their stagnation, because that's what I'm comparing it to. I'm not comparing it to God, that of whom I should be comparing it to. And so I had to look around at my surroundings, the things that I do every day, the people that I talk to, the conversations that I give life to. Like, is that giving life to me and where Jessica is going? Or is it just something I'm used to doing because of that unrenewing of my mind? Which equals the renewing of my behaviors. I don't know. He also said directly to me, you telling people God is opening doors no man can shut. Prove it. You say no weapon has formed against you shall prosper. Prove it. You saying what the enemy meant for evil, God meant for good. Prove it. I'm getting ready to make you a demonstration. I will be proof, meaning me, that he will do exceedingly abundantly above all things. He said, Jessica, I'm about to use you to prove some stuff about me. So all this time, you trying to prove yourself to people, and you supposed to be proving me to be true about in the way that you walk. Let me rephrase that. So whole time you're trying to get people to believe something about you and the way that you walk, talk, do, live, X, Y, and Z. Whole time, those things are supposed to be a testament of who I am in your life. If it can only make sense to those that get it. So if you don't get it, this is, listen anyway, because it might land at a point in time, at its appointed time. But if you hear me clearly, then this time that is now. The time is now. Like, put down all the stuff that just keeps hindering you from going into that next door God has been open. It's not God. He's waiting on the other side. But because you can't take the weed with you, you can't take the insecurities about what life is going to be with you, you can't take the unknowing of your future with you. Like, you can't take fear with you. You can't take sex with you. You cannot take the bottle with you. You cannot take people's opinions or people's projections with you. Like, none of that can fit through this door. So it's not the unanswered prayer that's stopping you from going to the next level. It's the baggage. You want to carry it. You don't want to let it go. You want God to somehow make it okay for all that stuff to come along with you. The irrelevant friends. Because sometimes it's not even that they're evil or that they're the enemy, or, you know, it's just that y'all's time is up. They're irrelevant to what God has for you. Nothing that they have in this season is conducive to the productivity to your purpose. Leave them be. Or stay where they are. He said, my evolution impacts my appetite. So what I took from that is my evolving, me becoming the woman, me doing the thing that I speak on, me moving in the direction that God has, baby, when I tell you he done set the play up so specific, I can't pray another prayer before I move that and be like and be confused as to what's going, like, I can't. He done already told me. Once you evolve, Jess, and I've given you the resources and the tools to do so, your appetite for the things that you think you want to take with you will cease in a moment's time. Because I'm like, steadily asking God, like, how did you put in me this optimum version of myself? I see her, I feel her, I can taste it. Yet and still, I have an appetite of nigga shit. I want to, bruh, I ain't even got to go down a rabbit hole because I done already told y'all what I've enjoyed in the past. And sometimes didn't even enjoy it. Was just so fleshly norm. Thought I was looking for a big word. It was the norm. It had become my normal. So I had got comfortable in even the most uncomfortable situations because I made it normal. So I got to go back and I got to renew my mind for real this time. I can't just know what I know. I got to believe what I know. And God said something specifically to me about that during Sunday service a few weeks back. Pastor Sarah said something that landed in my spirit again, like I said, like it was home. She said, I'm trying to protect this belief. So I must be careful about who I allow close to me, what I allow to flow through me, as it must validate in every way what God believes about me. So who I hang out with and what I digest must be in direct correlation of what God believes about me for me to believe that about me. All these things play a role. And so while I'm asking God, why would you put that on the heart of someone that has a body of flesh that does not align? When I'm going into these spaces with these women that sound like the woman you've called me to be, I don't fit in. I fit in with TT and them. Like, and not even all the way. I'm really in the middle. Because I don't fit in totally here. Because I know I'm not supposed to be here. But then I don't fit in totally there. Because my body hasn't, and my mind hasn't been renewed to have an appetite for the things that they have an appetite for. I still want to go in the back and smoke. So you ain't as far as you thought you was. She also said, everything that you continue to allow in the name of love, in the name of insecurity, in the name of financial gain, whatever your thing, your vice is, whatever you continue to allow in for whatever reason will rob you of God, my ability to believe. Hold on. Will rob you of your ability to believe what God believes about you. So if I keep allowing myself, because I'm going to break that down just in case we didn't catch it. So if I keep allowing myself to endure a relationship that has physical abuse, how does that help me to believe what God believes about me when God would never do nothing like that to me? If I allow myself to conform to the ways of this world because I want to fit in with some friends, or I want to fit in with a crowd, or I want to fit in with an ex, yet and still that is not offering me nothing of which God has told me is for me, how do I protect my belief when all I let in is things that literally go against what God is telling me I deserve, who I am, who he's called me to be, what a man looks like, how a man treats you, how a woman treats her daughter, how a woman talks to her kids. Like, if I'm trying to tell you all these things within the Bible, yet and still you're living a life that is in a direct opposite. How can I get your mind Like, how can I actually renew your mind if your experiences don't add up to what I'm telling you? Because you're allowing them. If you are a man's rib, you know how how necessary your rib is? Not even just for like physical reasons. Like, not even for just, you know what I'm saying, the obvious reasons. But like like, do you know how much of a need you are to somebody? When God said you are a man's rib, he took you from a man's rib. So if a man is not treating you as though he is in need of you, you are necessary to his calling, to his purpose, to where God is taking him. What makes you think that's the man that God has for you? Or do you not care to get the optimum that God has for you? Do you not believe that he has someone for you? Or are you impatient? God told me a lot today, y'all. A lot. I honestly didn't know. Because I thought I was way further mentally than I actually am. I took my ability to hear, digest, and recite a word. I took that as me actually gaining a new appetite for the word that he had given me. When in actuality, all I did was hear it and recite it. I didn't become it. And that's because I'm trying to do it in my own strength. Because I'm being lazy. I'll drive an hour away, 3 hours, to get my hair done. But will I do that for church? Or will I do that for a thing that God has told me to do? Will I go out of my way? Will I make a U-turn? I catch a red eye. I catch a flight. 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m. But would I get up and commune with God? Just talk to him? I ain't even got to go nowhere. Tell him what's on my heart. Maybe listen about what's on his. I'll hop out my bed for a sneaky link, depending on where I am mentally. But will I hop out of bed to go and profess or to go and study or to go and serve or anything that doesn't have to do with me, that doesn't pay me back in that moment? Because it's going to pay you back. We think about monetary gain. When God said exceedingly abundantly, he didn't just mean in monetary and financial ways. God will give you an infinite amount of ideas that will aid you into creating businesses that will create limitless money. So it's not always about X, Y, and Z. It's about that in between that you can't figure out by yourself. The PhD, the master's program, none of that. It can't figure it out. You're not smart enough. You need help for the simplest things that he already told you to re-understand from a new mind. It's gonna hit different. And the whole time I'm thinking, I'm just this new person because of elevation in the workplace and physically I feel good. I'm moving better. I can stay up longer. I can endure more. Whole time that's just favor and grace and time he's given me to renew my mind so I can actually be and do the things that he's called for me to do, which is the same thing I say in every episode. And I'm not understanding why I keep reiterating it. It's because I haven't did it. And he keeps beating me over the head with it. And I gain a new piece of intellect, but I won't do the thing that he's told me to do, which has nothing to do with information. It's execution. It's modification. I was going to say a word, but I'm not going to even get into that one. He also said, the inferior version of me was okay with things. This version is not. And so I'm like, dang, that's why I can't stay on the phone with her too long no more. That's why my heart and my body starts to cringe when I hear what is all that gossiping. I don't want to do it no more. I don't want to be a part of it no more. And so I'm questioning myself about why I'm not settled, because I'm not supposed to settle here. He's trying to create an environment so that I can experience a life that I've dreamt of in my mind that is in direct correlation to his will for me. It's not just a dream. It's not just a intuition. It's a direct depiction. And it may not even be but a mustard seed of what it really is going to be once you actually start to do the thing. Sorry, y'all. I cried today, y'all. I mean, like, I had to bring some tissue today because I didn't know if I was going to start back. But God said, no, you got something to say. You cried them tears earlier. I want you to tell them what I told you to say. Okay, y'all know I don't like too much of that coughing. that must mean I'm finna say something that's real good. But yeah. So those were just a few things that God told me directly just this morning from prayers that I've been asking and I've been praying for our season. And I had the pleasure on being able to write those those plans down. Ooh. In my journal, y'all. If y'all have not gotten yourself a journal, a planner that allows you to unwind and unpack your thoughts, and sometimes even gives you prompts where they can, start you off on jotting some of those things down, I encourage you to try out this journal that I have. It is from I want to say a daily dose of self-love on Instagram. If you cannot find it through there, Kayla Zane is the creator of this here journal. And I will link all those descriptions below. Because, y'all, this journal has this. It's not even just a journal. It's a planner. It's a book. Like, it has really been helpful for me and pertinent for me in this upcoming season. For me to be able to put down my schedule. Because, as you can see, y'all, I've already filled this page up. In this page, what it says, let's plan. This month, we are letting go of all times things didn't go as planned. So you can literally plan out your life. As you can see here, baby, this July is almost full. So, I don't know. I just wanted to share that because we love us a good journal. And then look at dear person I love. Like, this is for you. If you love yourself, baby, go show yourself a daily dose of self-love. Especially my melanin ladies. Like, this is for all the ladies. Well, she actually doesn't have a white lady on here, but I'm pretty sure this is for all ladies. But for my melanin ladies, even more so. Like, this is a direct correlation. Like, come on now, we're all right here. So it's so crazy. I actually know some of these people because I know the girl personally. So yeah. But anywho, y'all, like, God is literally proving everything he told me before I started season 2 of the Village podcast. He told me that all that perfect preparation and all that just everything that you think is going to be, it just doesn't touch the brim of what I have for you. And people hear that sometimes and they think, hooray, yay, like I'm ready to get to what all God has for me. But that journey to getting what God has is not easy. It's not something that's like, oh my God, why I ain't got it yet? It's been 3 weeks. It takes time. And it ain't even that it's a perfect time. It's not even that. But you're not ready. So I cannot prematurely put you into a situation that you're only going to demolish. Because you're not prepared for what that place is going to call of you. You haven't digested. You don't have an appetite for that yet. And not only do you not have an appetite, you haven't instilled the resources by renewing your mind and your spirit and your heart. And I can tell you haven't by the things that you still allow. So while you keep asking God, oh my God, why? And you keep praying, I deserve this because of this, and I've been working so hard, my worth ethic. What about your heart? Worth ethic can only get you some places, but it can't keep you there. Yes, you have to work hard. Yes. Like what does it say? Faith without works is dead. But in the same breath, in the same token, if you don't have no heart to back that worth ethic, the worth ethic will fizzle. Because your understanding of why I'm doing a thing is not fully understood. And it's hard sometimes to do a certain thing for a long duration if you have absolutely no recollection, no revelation, no nothing. If you don't have none of these things, it's almost like you're just a walking zombie. And sometimes, naturally, you're just on the trajectory. It ain't even that you've counseled with God about it. You just are naturally doing the things that are leading you to where God is calling you to be. But your ignorance won't allow you to go but so far. But back to what I was saying. It ain't an easy path, y'all. And you're not going to always understand why you're doing a thing. But if God has already revealed to you your purpose, your ultimate why, you can use that to get by till he tell you your next. But if you are just out here just trying stuff and failing, or trying stuff and I don't like it, or trying stuff and quitting, and I'm glad that you're trying. But your own will won't get you far. Because then you can only go where you know, where you see. You don't even see the opportunities as God sees them, because you're looking at them from such a minuscule place, because God sits high and we sit low. So we don't even have a full angle of the complete playing field that we're running this race on. So when God is in the press box, you best believe the next route he tell you to run is necessary to get into the end zone. It's not just something to do to pass time. He don't give you busy work. Nothing you do here is in vain. I don't care if he tell you to chew gum 50,000 times. What is that gonna help me? I don't know. Maybe he getting ready for you to be a speaker. He getting your jaw ready. I don't know. But what I do know is he is strategically successful in all things. And so when you don't know what's going on, when you can't pinpoint as to or trace back, remember that. And or look where you are now. For most of us, that's all the proof we need. I'm not who I was. I don't want to do the things that I used to want to do. I have an inkling that's telling me this is not all for me. So, I mean, either way, If you aren't the person, or if you haven't made a change, if you still are the same old person you always been, then link to a friend. I'm not gonna even add nothing else today, y'all. I'm not gonna make it up. I've been telling myself, when the Holy Spirit is done talking, it's a wrap. So, with that being said, preferably something, if anything, landed on you today that is helpful in this journey that God has you on. It's everlasting. It's not a race. But the time is now. Because, baby, time is moving at a speed I've never witnessed before. This year has been the fastest year of my life, and I've done the most. I've done the most things in the shortest amount of time that I've ever done. And it's going at rapid speed. I literally have to record it so that I don't, like, because it's so much. And so when you think that, I can start tomorrow. Yeah, you could. But then maybe you can't. Maybe today is that last day. Maybe your last opportunity to say that thing is right now. Maybe in this moment is the last second you have to mend that relationship before it's too late. And maybe right now is the last time you'll be able to get yourself on the right side of things before you meet your maker. And really got an answer to some stuff that now you don't got time to do. Ain't no makeup test. When you get to the once your time is up, it ain't no more, I get it now. No, you got it then, because I gave it to you. So it's on you to digest it, eat it, and spew it back out to everybody and everything in between. So, until next time, peace and blessings be upon you. See y'all later.